Yo, what's going on, everybody? Kylan here. Hope you're all doing well today. And today we're going to be revisiting our Twitter clone project. Now, I'm not going to lie, last video after it was done and uploaded, I did not like the results. So, what we're going to do today is we are going to be revisiting it. Um, we are. I've gone ahead and removed everything, basically. Um, and we're going to be revisiting it because I didn't like the end result, and yeah, I know I can do better. So let's do that today. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with a main. Now this time, I'm going to start with desktop version first. Then we'll go down to mobile version. Because that's the way. I mean, I know that's not the way you're really supposed to. You're supposed to do mobile first, but I don't know. I just prefer doing the desktop version first. I don't know what it is. So we're gonna switch back over here to the code, and we're gonna get right into it. So on the main container, I want a class. Whoops. Class of main. Oops, I can't type today. And we'll do a class of main. And for that, I want a class of view height 100. This will be applied to the main container because at least on the first page, because we want a view height of 100 per view height. So we're going to do height 100 view height. All right, and we'll do the same with VH or VW 100. So we'll do oops. So we're gonna do height of 100, or wait, no, we're gonna do width. Goodness. Okay, so we're gonna go back over here, and we're gonna add the VH 100 class and the VW 100 class. All right. So then on the main container, what I'm thinking about is we'll have a section. All right, and then inside this section, whoops, that's not what I want to do. Inside of this section, on the actual Twitter page, we will have this whole section here and this whole section here. We'll have that whole, not basically 95% of the page inside of that one section, and then below that section we'll have the footer. So these will both be in one section, and this will be inside the footer, which will be on the same level as each other. So, well, that's exactly what we're gonna do, I think. So, let's switch back over here. So inside of this section, we'll have the Twitter logo and also the sign-in stuff. So, and then we'll have the footer here. If I can type. Good God. Footer here. And that's just where all of our stuff will go, and it will be inside of the main container this time around. So I don't know how I managed to completely screw up the last one, but lo and behold, here we are doing it again. So yeah, let's I'm just thinking, should I... No, we'll keep that like that. Alright, okay, so class of h-auto. Alright, that should... Alright, and let's see here. Now, in this section, I want to have two different divs. This div will be the background section, and then this other div will be all of the login information, basically everything on the right hand side. So let's do that. Let's do a class of logo container. All right. And then we'll have another div inside of there for the actual logo itself. So the container will have the container will have the background image, all right, and then the div here will have the actual Twitter bird logo looking thing, and then here we will put the login information stuff. So yeah. Trying to think. Okay, so let's give this a class of logo. I feel like I've done that before. So on the logo container, logo container, make sure I spelled that right. Yeah. Logo container, we're gonna have a min height, or actually we'll make a separate class for that. Min height. No, actually not. We're not gonna do that. So in here we'll have a minimum height of 95%. All right. Actually, let's do that so we could duplicate that to the other side. So min height dot min height 95. All right, and then we'll have a min. Or we can just copy this. Actually, cut that out, paste that there. All right, and we'll add that class to not only this, but we'll also add it to. Oops, that's not what I want. This as well. Home section. I don't know what else to name it. I'm really bad at the naming things. So let's do this instead, actually. Alright. And on the home section class, let's just add a background color of red. Alright, and let's go over here and let's see what this looks like. Okay, I can see that. Okay, so this is where all of our information, this top 95% of this stuff is going to go. And then where the white is down here is where our footer is going to go. We can tweak that a little bit. It looks, for the most part, similar. It looks like, what is that, 800? It looks like it's about 50 pixels in height. And yeah, it looks nearly identical. So, maybe we can bring it down to 94%. For the minimum height. Let's do that, actually. 94%. Save that, and we'll change this. Whoops. Sorry. We'll change this to 94, and we'll change this to 94 as well. And let's go back over here. Refresh. It looks... yeah, that looks almost exactly the same. Okay, so now we are going to let's see. We're going to remove this here. All right, and then I'm gonna cut that out and put that there. Main can be moved up. Alright, and then the H auto can be there. Okay, so let's comment that out. The logo container, we're going to have a background image of URL. Oops, URL. And then it's going to be images slash, and then our image is the home, yes, the home page background.png. So home page background.png. Alright, and let's flip over here and see if that worked. And there is no height or width on that image, so I will have to add that. So height be 100% of the parent container, which the parent container is on the logo container class. The parent container is the home section class, which has a minimum height of 94%. So 100% of that would be the full height of that. So that should, and then let's give that a width of 60%. That should span 60% of the screen. So let's see if that is not showing up. Why, oh why is that? Refresh it like it's going to work. Let's see here. What did I do wrong here? Logo container. Is it because I don't have a width on the parent container? Let's do this. So we'll add a width of 60 class on there, and we'll have a .w60, and then width of 60% of the parent container. Alright, and then we'll do, on this, we'll do 100%. And let's see if that makes any difference. It must be something with the way I'm requesting it. So let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, yeah. 404 not found. That's because CSS, no. That's not right. And it would help if I icons. There we go. And there it is appearing. Now I'm not sure why I've got a scroll bar here. Not gonna lie. Why is that happening? Why in the world is that happening? Okay, let's inspect to see what's going on. So, oh wait, I see. Yeah. So the home section, I want to add a flex to. So the home section, I want to add a display of flex to. So let's actually add a. I see. Okay. So what's happening here is this section here is got a display of block on it by default. So that means this block level element and this block level element both have a height of 94%, which I do not want. I want them to be inline. So let's try inline, and we'll do let's actually d-dash inline display in inline block. Now I can't ever remember what the difference between inline and inline block is. Let's give it let's do that, and if it works, we will we'll change the name of it. So d-inline. Alright, let's see if this works now here. No, it does not. So let's go back over here, and we'll do just inline. Whoops. And let's see if that works. If that doesn't work, I'm going to just display flex. And we're just going to display flex. So we'll do .d-flex. I like Flexbox. It's so easy. So nice. Display of flex. D-flex. So all of everything in all of the child containers inside of this section that has d-flex will go straight in line with one another up until, you know, there's no more room on that line. So let's and it's gone. Why is it gone? Freak. What did I do wrong now? Let's... it's acting like what in the world? So is it acting like that well, for one, I don't want that width 60 class on here. Wait, yeah, I don't want it on there. I want it on here. I doubt that's gonna make a difference, but no. Uh, that is because we have no width. Okay, I see. So the width of this, okay, so let's do this. We're gonna go back here, width 100, and we're gonna set the W-100 class on 100%. Alright, and then that should give us a 100% width on this section. And then we can split that between 60 and 40. Yeah, so that might fix our issue. Who knows? I guess we'll see. Probably not. Definitely not. Oh wait, logo container. But I have set a height on it. That's what I don't understand. Like, I have set a height and a width on the parent container. Min height 94. That's the minimum height. And then the width is 100% for this section. And then this here is a 60% width. So what am I missing here? Let's see. Let's play around with this a little bit. So the section is display flex, minimum height of 94, right? Min height 94% of the parent container, which the parent container has a view height and a view width of 100. Make sure I didn't freak that up somewhere. View width and view height. Yeah. The view height of 100, height 100, view height, view width 100, width 100, view width. Alright. So the problem started whenever I added a flex class to it. Why would that be? Background, position. No, I don't want position. Background, repeat, no repeat. Background size, cover, right? Okay, now, okay, so this is now happening, and that's because everything is inline. So add the d-flex class, and it should go away, as I would have expected. Yes, that's exactly what I expected it to do. Why? Why does it go away whenever I add a flex class to it? So we've got background no repeat, background size of cover, this should have a width of 60% of the parent container. Class W-60 is width 60%. Okay. So max width did that, which is ideal. I'm going to change that to 55, in fact. Okay. But we've still got the issue of the d-flex class. So let's do d-flex. Add that on there, and on the d-flex class, I am going to change the display to inline. And still not working. Why is that not working? Is it because there's no content? I mean, that shouldn't really matter with the boxes. Really shouldn't matter. So, yeah, that's got a width of 60%, and then let's add a width class to that and see if that helps. So let's do this. Width dash 40, and we'll do a max width of 40% of the parent container. I still got the scroll bar. I'm still having issues, obviously. Let's see. And it goes away. Why? So we can see the separation. So we've got the two containers. One with about 60% on the left, and then the other with about 40% on the right. Okay. Why? Okay, so I guess if we remove the height on this, we go back, refresh, and it's still there. Huh. Okay then. I don't know what the height... What did the height have to do on the logo container? Huh. Okay, well, I'll look into that another point. Anyway, on the main class, I want to add... Oops. Let me do this. On the main class, I want to add a background of black. Alright. I should make the... Whoops. That's not at all what I wanted to do. That should make our background black. Fantastic. Okie dokie then. Now, I want, let's see here, let's see. Okay, so now we can add the image, the Twitter logo image, into this container. So we'll add an image class of icons slash logo big white dot svg. Alright, and let's go back here and check this out. Ooh, fancy. Alright, now on the logo class, we want to go back over here. Let's do the .logo class. Height, I want to set a height and a width of 40% of the parent container. 40%. Alright. Let's see if that sizes that down a little bit. There we go. Looks good, looks good, looks good. So, yes, now we just need to align that in the very center, which we can do. Oops. Which we can do with the flex class. So display flex, d-flex is actually d-flex. So with the display-flex, I want to add a justify content center, and we're going to add a justify content center, align items center, and we're going to do an align items center there. So we're going to add the d-flex justify center, and we're going to align items center there. Alright, let's see if that definitely did not work. That is because that needs to be on the parent container. There we go. Very good, very good. Alright. Is that actually centered? That doesn't look centered. Maybe it's just the height needs to be adjusted a little bit. Oh wait. Why is that overflowing outside of the box now? The image itself is overflowing outside of the box. So let's change the box sizing a little bit. So let's go down here and do a 50% by 50% and see what that looks like. Looks a little bit bigger. Fantastic. And it's still overflowing outside of the box. Maybe I just need to add the height and the width to the image itself. So let's go to a class of h-100 and w-100. We'll make that w-100, and we'll do h-100, height of 100%, and let's see how that looks. Okay, perfect. Now we have the image is the size of the logo parent container. Now we can play around with the parent container sizing. So let's see here. Let's actually go back here for a sec. Close this out. It looks almost like mine is shifted to the right about 40 or 50 pixels. of what the original one looks like. So that, I would say that's pretty gosh darn close. And I'm looking at the bottom down there, and it looks like it's nearly identical as well, but the footer, nearly. So, honestly, that's close enough. I'm gonna start giving people seizures here. Please, if you have a seizure because of this, please don't blame me. It's not my fault. Alright, so now that that looks like it's pretty done, I mean, I'm more than satisfied. That looks a lot better. We might be able to tweak the sizing just a little bit. So what is it? A little bit smaller on there. So let's do 47%. So 47%. Let's see what that looks like. The sizing, let's do, I'm just going to change that to a 45 and see how that looks instead. And refresh. The sizing looks nearly identical. And I think, actually, now that I'm looking at it, the reasoning that, let's actually do this. Overflow Y auto. Actually, let's do visible. Well, the overflow Y is not working. What a surprise. Yeah, but I think, now that I'm looking at it, I think the biggest reasoning for it looking shifted over a little bit is because it has the scroll bar here on the right, and mine is no longer in existence over here for whatever reason. So we'll take that into account. What, 10 pixels or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, we will go ahead and just remove that because we do not need it. Now, looking at this, it looks like it's got some margin here, so it looks like it'll have, I don't know, probably about 15 or 20 pixels of margin here. And then it looks like this whole box itself, besides this, which will allow overflow up to a certain extent, but it looks like this whole box has is aligned to the center. So if, yeah, it would be center aligned this way, but it's not aligned along the vertical axis. Or yeah, it's not aligned along the horizontal axis. It's center aligned along the vertical axis, but not the horizontal axis. So let's see. We can, alright, let's go back over to the code and start playing around with that. So let's actually, on the login container, let's save that, and let's go over here and we'll just do a .login container. We'll set the background color to red. That'll work. And now let's go over here and that's not working. Why you no work? Is it just not? Is the black just overriding it? Man, I am just fantastic at all of this, let me tell you. Anyway, we'll go back to inspecting that, minimize that. Anyway, let's focus on the task at hand. So, what we want to do, what I'm going to do at least, because I do love Flexbox so much, I am going to make all of the, I'm going to make all of this stuff in a Flexbox. So yeah, I'm gonna vertically align all of this stuff. It looks like this is actually a background image, but I'll probably just add that as an image. And then yeah, everything looks like it could be vertically aligned. So let's do it that way. So let's do, let's hop back over to the code. So the first thing we need is the Twitter logo. So let's make this b-flex, and then we will do align item center. Alright, and that should align everything along the cross axis, which will be the vertical axis. Next we'll make a div here for the logo. And then we'll put an image class. It'll be, let's see, icons slash, I think I'll just use that one, .svg. Alright. Okay. Anyway, we will add a class to this as logo, I guess. Well, we've already got the logo class up there. Let's make this logo small, I guess. And then the logo small class, we will have height of 100% and a width of 100%. Alright, and then on this here, logo small container, and we'll copy that, and we'll go back over here, and we'll add a dot to that, and we will add a height of 50 pixels and a width of 50 pixels. Let's see what that looks like over here. And very good, very good. That looks fairly the same. Alright. Now let's move back over here. I want to add that margin. Let's make a standard margin class. So we'll do a .m-3 class. Actually, we're going to do an ML for margin left. Margin left 30 pixels. Let's see how that looks over here. And I need to add that to the ML3 class to this here. ML-3. And now let's see if we refresh that. There we go. Okay. So it looks like, let's add another 5 or so pixels to that. So let's do ML3 will be 35 pixels. And let's go over here and see how that looks. Yeah, that looks decent. We can play around with that as needed. So next thing we want is the header or title. So let's go back over here and let's add that to here. Class is going to be title. Then we'll have an H1, and what does it say? Happening now. Okay, we'll have an H1 that says happening now. That's a lowercase n. So let's do that. And let's go back over here and look see how it looks. Apparently it doesn't show up because the text is black. So I cannot remember. Are they just using white? No, of course they're not. They're not using just a standard white. Let's see here. So they're using E7, E9, EA. Is that just showing black and that's it? Oh wait, am I an idiot? No. What in the world? I have no idea. Either way. Either way, we'll make it white and then we can change it after the fact. So we'll just add a simple text color that is, what did I say that was? Oops. That color. was this color right here. Okay. So let's go back here and we'll make the simple text color text color. Oops. Color is going to be that. All right. And we'll add that text color to there. Now we should be able to see happening now. Fantastic. Okay, so I actually need to add a surrounding container so I can wait, no I don't. Let's just add a flex direction column, flex direction column. Let's add that to oops, what the hell? Paste that there. And let's go back over here. There we go. Now I need to change that line item center to justify content center, because that should is now justify content center. There we go. Very good, very good. Okay, so in between well, let's just next thing we need to do is the subtitle, which is join Twitter today. Now the J in join and the T in Twitter are capitalized, but today is not, and there's a period at the end. So let's do that. We'll get all of the structure built first, then we'll today. Then we'll worry about like spacing and stuff like that. So we'll have a class of text, gosh dang it, text color. And let's go back over here and we should see that right below happening now. Very nice, very nice. Alright, next is the two buttons. So we will add those. We will add those in. So let's go back over to the code and we'll add another div, and we will add in two buttons. And this will be the Google sign-in button and then the Apple sign-in button. So this will be the Google sign-in button, and then we'll just basically duplicate this and make that Apple. Alright, and let's go back over here and we'll refresh, and those two buttons are there. Next thing we need to worry about is this, which I already did before, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do again. So, let's let's actually group things together a little bit better. So instead of that, we'll have that. We'll move this div here. We'll have a class of d-flex, flex direction column. And we'll refresh that. There we go. Looks better. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Okay. Now we will head back over here, and the next thing we need to do is the splitter looking thing. So we'll add a div to that. So we'll add a div to that, and we want a div here. We want a span here, and we want a div here. All right. This will be a HR. Yeah, this will just be your standard HR class, and so will this. We'll have the HR class, and then we'll have the OR here, which will have a class, not classic, class of text color. Alright, and let's go back over here, refresh. Okay, fantastic. Alright, so let's go back over here, and on the HR class, actually, on here we'll add a class of d-flex, and we will add a max width mx max width 100. All right, and we'll add a class, so it would be max width of 100%. All right, and let's go refresh the page. Okay, yeah, so that is now taking up 100% of the parent container. Now, on the HR class, we want to go back over here, and on the HR class, HR for horizontal rule. So now, width is going to be 48% of the parent container, and height will be 1 pixel, right? So let's jump back over here and actually no, I lied. We want to add also to that class a background color of Actually, yeah, primary text. Actually, let's change that on the text color class, which is right here. So let's do var primary text. Alright. And then we'll go down here. We'll do a var of primary text. Alright, now let's go back over here and see if it's broken. Yes, it is. What a surprise. All I need to do is come back over here and wait. That's a flex class, so let's change this to 40. 30. Okay, so why? So all three of those should be in line, theoretically, but they're not. Why is that happening? Because I did not add the last S to the class. There we go. Okay. Now, this is what it looks like. The horizontal rules are right here at the very bottom. I'm actually going to change this back to 48 on the max width. So now I want to vertically align those. So let's just do align items center. Alright, and there we go. There we go. Very good, very good. Now I want to make that some transparency. So let's go back over here and actually not going to use the variable. Let's actually just take the color itself and add some transparency to it. More like a lot of transparency. So let's do 5.5 at the end. See how that looks. That looks decent. That looks decent. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Decent amount of transparency. Let's bring that down a little bit more to 3.3 on the alpha channel there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, cool. Now, after that, we want to add this big button right here. So, let's add us another div. And we're going to add a button. And it's going to say what? Sign up with phone or email. Okay. So we're going to with phone or email. Okay. And let's check that out. Oh, very nice, very nice. Now we need to add the little bit of footer text here. So let's copy that text for one, and then we'll switch back over the code, and we'll add a div, and we'll add a p tag. We'll add that in. Now around terms of service, we need to add an anchor tag, which goes nowhere at the moment. It probably will never go anywhere because I have no terms of service. Whoops. Paste that in there. And the privacy policy also needs an anchor tag around it, which will also probably never go anywhere. Whoops, that's not what I want. Go away. And cookie use also needs to have an anchor tag around it, which also, coincidentally, will probably never go anywhere. Okay, so, goodness. Alright, so let's refresh. And, okay, so, let's make some slight changes. We're going to add the class here of text color, and I don't want that there. Alright, so let's go see, make sure that that worked. Very nice, very nice. So okay, so now we've got that. Now we'll add another, no, that won't be a subtitle, but it'll be like a, I don't know, like an H4 or something. So let's go back over to the code, and we'll do an H4. Actually, no, we're going to do another div first. Then we'll do an H4. Inside that, we're going to write already have an account, question mark, and we're going to give that a class of text color. Alright, and we're going to go back over here, and we're going to refresh, and very good, very good. Okay, so that's looking good, looking good. Now we just need the fancy dancy sign in button down here. Okay, and that'll be one more div. Button, and it will say sign in. Very good. Sign in. And that will have a text, a class of oh goodness, I'm freaking things up again. We'll add a text blue here, and we'll make the color of not primary text, but Twitter blue, and that will be added to this of text blue, if I remember that correctly. Text blue, yes. Alright, so let's go back over here. Alright, it's got that blue text. Very nice, very nice. That's what I like to see. Alright. Now we can start spacing these out a bit. So the first thing I want to do is add some bottom margin on this. So let's see what happens. I don't think anything really happens with that whatsoever until we get to that breakpoint of like 520. So everything looks like it stays exactly the same all the way up until the mobile breakpoint, which it just basically just scales down like to like 80% or whatever. So let's do that. Let's do some margin on the top and on the bottom of, let's space it out. So let's add just add justify content space, and on that class space, and we will do justify content space around. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's looking better, let's close out my DevTools here, and that's actually looking pretty good. So we'll need to add some extra margin to the top of the Twitter logo, so probably about, I don't know, 50 pixels or so. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get rid of that for now. Margin top 50 pixels. Alright. Looking a little bit better. Let's do 75 pixels actually. See how that looks. Okay. So this is how it's looking, and in comparison, I think the Twitter logo for the most part looks roughly in the same place. I think the logo itself is a little big, and it doesn't have that background color, which I can change. I'd actually have to change the, I think this logo is purely white, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's purely white. But this one has the color that the majority of the text does. It has that slightly darker-ish color. So let's do this. let's actually make, what I'm gonna do is, I used the same, logo big white on both ones. So let me actually go in here, public icons. Let's logo small off white. Okay. And I can remove the copy. Okay. So I just copied this and put it here. So now I'm going to open it with Inkscape. Hopefully. And I'm going to make it a slight off-white. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let's go back over here. Doesn't seem to be much different. Seems to be a little bit darker. So let's do that. Let's make that a 5% gray, maybe. And we'll save that. And we will go back over here. Oh, that's right. It's not working because I never changed it in the code. Oops. Small off white. It still looks a little light. So let's select that over here again. 7.5% gray. So let's save that. And let's go back over here and now see, it doesn't look like it does look like it's changing a little bit, but it doesn't look as dark as it should be. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe they just have it slightly darker gray. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so now that's looking a little too dark now. Okay. Let's go back over here and let's select a 20% gray. Maybe that'll work. Just a little too dark. Maybe like a 15% gray. So I want to let's try the 10% gray. See how that looks. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. I think the size needs to come down by like a couple pixels. So now that that's done, let's go back over to the code and let's do a 45 pixels by 45 pixels. And let's go back over here and we'll refresh. That looks nearly identical in size. Okay. So let's go and work on the title. Let's actually take this off of here and put it onto here, and we'll remove that class. We'll probably have to do the same for the subtitle. I don't think it's gonna No, it's not going to change anything. So let's all right, so let's do title, and we're going to text, or is it just size? Size will be 4 rems. Let's see. Wait, font size. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Font size. Font size, 4 rems. Alright, now let's go back over here. And looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Most part, maybe we'll do 4.5 rems. 4.5 rems. See how that looks. Yeah, better. Alright. Alright, and we already know that we want to allow this to overflow, so, let's text overflow. Let's actually add a title container, and then overflow y, no, x. It'd be overflow x. Wait, no, that's not what I want. Text so we'll do wrap. What is word wrap? May break within a word to prevent overflow. It's too long to fit. I don't know what wrap. This CSS wrap. CSS allow text to overflow. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Overflow container. Oh, that's right. White space, no wrap. Sounds about right. White space, no wrap. Okay. And let's go back over here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, get rid of that again. Okay, let's go. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to add the subtitle, and we want to make that text or font size 3 rem. All right. What did I do wrong? That's because I don't have the subtitle class on here. There we go. Now it should work. There we go. Very nice. So let's make that a little bit smaller because it seems like we need to do that. Let's do a 2 rem for now and see how that looks. Looks about the same size. Very nice, very nice. We can clean up here later. Alright, so we're getting to let's do this. Let's go back to the code. Let's do .btn. And the button I want to have, I want to make it rounded, and then I want to remove the background color and anything else extra. So let's do a border radius of 24 pixels. Let's start out with that. Background color, we'll make it transparent, and yeah, let's do that for now. Let's see how that looks. And of course, I have not added the BTN class to any of the buttons. And nope. BTN, there we go. Let's go back over here and refresh, and I don't see a thing. Very good, very good. We'll add a BTN-white to this one and this one. And we'll add a BTN white class. And we'll make the background color of white. Go. Okay, so now we need to add height to the button. So let's inspect here. Move this over. Okay, so it looks like the button itself is about 75 pixels in height, roughly. Let's try that and see how it looks. So, let's just height of 75 pixels. And let's go back over here and we'll refresh, and that is way too big. Let's do 30 pixels. And that's still too small. And so let's do 45 pixels. What my issue here is I need to add I need to add a max width to the container. So let's see here. So I don't like when this stuff does this. I need to remove that. So it's this container. So it'd be the login container. Do I have that anywhere? Nope. So let's add that to whoops. And max width would be 450 pixels. Let's try that. See how that looks. See how much it breaks everything. Okay, so let's actually check this out here. So if this starts at about 60 pixels, no wait, that starts at like 30 pixels, that's 50. So this would be 25 pixels, so it starts at about 30-ish pixels, and the container ends, I would assume, right here, so it'd be about 350, so it'd be 325 pixels in width. Let's try that, see if that works, see how that looks. So let's go back over here. Let's make this a 325 pixel width, and I'm gonna save this again, and let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's looking better. Let's change this to 335 pixels. Okay, and then on the button class, we're going to add a little bit of margin to the bottom. Margin bottom 10 pixels. So let's check that out. There we go. That looks spaced roughly. the same. Maybe we change that to 7 pixels. See how that looks. Yeah, that looks better. That looks roughly the same. Now, what I want to do, actually, is the rest of the buttons and everything, I want to basically add to... I want to basically add them to the same div. So let's do that. Let's add them all to this button div here. So let's see. Let's take all this, and we're going to take all this and this. Yeah, we're just going to cut all this out. We're just going to put it inside of this div. Now let's see how bad that freaked everything up. Okay. Okay. Doesn't look too bad, actually. Let's change the space around to space evenly. Let's see how that looks. Just playing around with things at this point. Looks better. I don't know if I like it though. Like, it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't look right. Let's figure out how to... Whoops. That's not what I wanted. I want to make that div overflowable. So, on the title, let's go down to the title. We'll add, oops. Okay, so let's go to the title, and we'll add a white space no wrap here. Let's see if that fixes our... Okay. Looking better. Close this out. Okay, so we fixed that. Now I need to... You know what? I really don't like the space around thing. So let's just remove that entirely and just center align everything, and then we can evenly space everything out as needed. So let's go to justify content center, and we'll refresh that, and now everything's smushed together. Okay, we'll get everything figured out, and then we'll just add a bunch of margin to everything to evenly space it out. So now we're going to oh, there's supposed to be a button there. That's why I'm confused there for a second. Okay, so let's go back over here, and we'll change this to the sign in button, and this is the sign up button. Sign up button. All right, and then on the sign up button, we will make a border. Wait, no, we've already got the border radius on the button itself, but we want to make the border 1 pixel solid, and then the var primary text. Okay. That button should appear now, and it has. Now, it's not the width of the container though. Let's go back to the button class. Width of 100%. Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, there we go. Very nice, very nice. Okay. So we will add to that as well the color of the text is going to be var primary text, right? It'll be white. So let's, very nice, very nice. And the background, is going to be that Twitter blue. Background color or Twitter blue. Okay. So let's refresh that. And actually, now that I'm seeing it, we actually don't need the border on that. That's the next button that we'll need the border on. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Now I do want to add one more thing to the button class, which is going to be cursor pointer. That way, every time we hover over button, we get the pointer. All right. And now I can add the hover effects. So let's btn white hover, and then we'll make the background color what is it? FFF FFF and then AA with a little bit of transparency there. Okay, so now we'll refresh, and there's a little bit too much transparency. I mean, this button doesn't even have transparency, truthfully. So let's change that back to let's change that to CC maybe. Refresh. It looks still like a little too much transparency. Oh, definitely. Let's actually make that DD. Let's make it DE actually. And we'll refresh here. Alright, there we go. It's a very subtle thing. I think mine's still a little too. Let's make that EE instead. There we go. That looks about right. Now, we will add the hover effect on this button as well. So I'm assuming that it's going to be pretty much the same thing. And we'll add this hover. And whoops, that's not what I want. I'll add a dot there. And we'll add color. Or no, not color, but background color. We're just going to take the Twitter blue color. On the hover, I want background color to be the Twitter blue color, and let's do BE. See if that works. Yes, it seems to be working. It looks like the font is bolded. So let's do this. Let's go to here. Font weight 700. Right. Refresh. Okay. All right. So next we want to play around with the text here. We'll probably just make it white with some decent transparency and make it smaller. So let's do. Let's go back to that code. And let's see here. Text color. Let's remove that. Let's do text muted. Alright, and then we'll have a text muted class. Color is going to be five. Let's see what that looks like. And looks decent. Let's change. So there's a little bit of white still in there. So let's change it to a 9. And see how that looks. That looks better. Looks a lot better. And then we also want to add the terms class, and we will take that over here, and we'll add that to terms. Font size of 0.8 rem, maybe. That looks closer. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot closer. Alright, and then I want to change the link to it's gonna be let's see here. Let's grab that color. What was that color? This color right here. Alright, and then we'll zoom back out to 100%, and we'll go back here, and let's go back to code. Let's just do a standard A, select an A tag, select A tag, and we're going to color of this. Alright, and let's go back here and refresh. That's pretty good. It looks a little bit darker than... So I wonder if I could just use the Twitter blue color. Let's try that instead. Let's just do... Let's go back here, and let's just use var Twitter blue. And let's see if how that looks. Yeah, not bad at all. And we're going to add along with that the A visited. So that way, whenever the link is visited, it doesn't change color. Okay. Next, the only thing left really is to fix this button here. So let's do that. Let's do that. So let's first things first, we'll add the button class to it. So we'll add it's btn. Alright, save this. And we'll go back over and refresh. There we go. Now we'll add the sign in button. We'll add that class. And this one we want a border. We want a border on. One pixel solid, and the color is going to be part text. Okay. That's
Oh my gosh.
You need to add it to the button. And the HTML. Now let's try it. Hey, there we are. There we are. Now we need to add a little bit of transparency. So let's instead grab this because this is the same as the prime. Wait, no, that's white. Never mind. Let's go up here, grab the primary text color. Let's go back down here. Add this to that, and then we'll add the alpha channel AA. We'll see how that looks. Still looks a little thick. So let's go back over here and remove that and make that 9. And try that one more time. And still looking a little thick. So let's go back over here. 5. And refresh. And now that looks better. That looks pretty much the same. Okay. So then we need to add the hover class to this. Hover. And we will make the background color. Background color, the Twitter blue color. With let's try 9 transparency. And see how that looks. And still too much. Way too much. So let's go. Let's actually give it the 2. And see how that looks. That looks better. Looks pretty similar. Let's see what 1 looks like. I think that might be a little too transparent. It might be a little too. Maybe not. Maybe that's perfect because that's pretty similar. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay. I'm happy with that. Now we need to add some margin. Alright, so if we go back over here on the Twitter logo, let's add some margin to the bottom of everything. Let's do a .mb-4. Let's do margin bottom 40 pixels. Alright, let's add that to the logo class. MB-4. And let's go and see how that looks. There we go. Actually, no, you know what I want to do? No, I don't like this. I am going to go back over here, and we're going to remove this class here. Let's go back here, and I should shift everything to the top. Now, what is preventing that from going all the way to the top? Is my question. Is it this?
Okay, so Okay, so it's got margin top of 75 pixels. Let's play around with that a little bit. So we'll go with MT-5. Oops. Sorry. MT-5 will do margin top 50 pixels. Alright, and we'll add that to actually remove margin from the this right here. Remove that margin. Then we'll add MT5 to that. Alright. Refresh. Definitely let's inspect here. Let's get let's inspect that. Okay. So looks like the top of it is about 45-ish pixels from the top. So let's try that. So we'll do margin top 50, and that was enough. So let's do margin top 60. See how that looks. Maybe let's change it back to 75 actually. And go here like that. Inspect that. So it looks like it's to be 75 pixels. Okay, let's check out this here. So it looks like the top of the container is at 45. Wait, am I crazy? Top of the container is at... Why does it look so shifted down though? From the top. Okay, let's try. 100. Looks pretty similar. We'll go with that. We'll go with 100 pixels for the top. And these two look like they're roughly the same. I might want to add a little bit more bottom margin, so instead of 40, we'll do 50. And we'll see how that looks. Shift that down. Yeah, that looks pretty close. Okay. Now, let's see what that looks like here. looks like it's about 150-ish pixels on there. So let's see. It might be a little bit down, but nothing crazy. But the bottom. Oops. Let's inspect this, actually. Bottom of that is at about 250. Or no, 225. So I need to... Let's add the MB4 class to it and see how it plays. MB-4. Okay. And that's a little too much for that. That's not what I wanted that to want, actually. Okay, so looks pretty similar to that. So let's make that an MB3 class. So let's do this, and we'll make this, not that, this MB3. Do I have an MB3 class? I don't think so. MB-3 and margin bottom. See here. Let's do 30 pixels. See how that looks. Whoops, that's Twitter. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, so Okay, so now I want to fix this here. I need to add a little bit of margin to the bottom of that. Whoops, that's not what I want. Actually, close that out. So let's add a little bit of margin to the bottom there. And actually on that OR, where is it? Right here. This span right here. I want to add a little bit of padding. We'll add a P-1 class. And do P-1. And we'll do padding. 10 pixels. Looks a little bit better. So let's actually remove on that button at the top. Let's remove. Let's actually look here. Let's actually look before we do anything. So that's got a little bit of margin on the top. How much margin does it have on the top? Actually, it doesn't look like it does. Let's see here. Yeah, so let's remove. So 7 pixels on the bottom of that. So let's on this button we'll add a little bit of margin and remove the margin from that. So let's do that. So let's go over here. Let's find the button or button white class. One of the two. Margin bottom 7 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Looks good on the margin here. It looks like it's evenly spaced. Let's actually grab. Let's actually change that padding to 7 pixels and see how that looks. Looks a little more scrunched. That's what we want. Yeah. Perfect. Now let's add a little bit of margin in between here. So add a little bit of margin to the bottom of that button there. So let's go back here and we'll do a MB-1 class margin bottom 7 pixels. Keep it consistent. And on this class here, MB-1. Alright, let's go check it out. There we go. Starting to look very similar. I'm liking this a lot more than I was liking the other one, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like the font on this could go up a bit. So let's do that. So on, let's go back over here. On the subtitle class, that's it. Subtitle class will do a... I think I said 3 rim was too big. Let's play with it a little bit. Yeah, 3 rim was a little too big. So let's go back and do a 2.5. Let's see how that looks. It looks a little bit better. I mean, it's not perfect, but let's try a 2.7. See how that looks. Yeah, it looks about right like that. I like that. Maybe we slightly lower the size of this ever so slightly though, because whenever we go to where is it? Title 4 point. Let's change that to 4.3. See if that works. Okay, and let's change it to 4.2. Let's change it to 4 instead. wanted to get it to 10, yeah, 1024. That'll work. So everything's still on the screen at 1024. So that'll be fine. That'll be our break point. Whenever we get to making it usable for mobile. Yeah. Okay. So now that let's actually get rid of that. Looks close enough. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of wizardry going on here. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna add on this. I'm gonna add a bunch of margin into this. Let's try, I don't know, 100-ish pixels? No, let's try 75 pixels, see if that looks good. We'll do 75 pixels on the bottom of that paragraph. Actually, we'll just add the MB5 class to the bottom of that paragraph and see how that looks first. So, and nope, that's not what I want at all. All I want is MB-5. Alright, let's go back here. And no. Do I not have an MB-5 class? Like, I have an MT5 class, but I don't have an MB5 class. Margin bottom 100 pixels. Cut that up. Alright, and let's see how that looks. Yeah, not bad. It looks pretty good actually. In my personal opinion. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, pixel perfect, mission perfect, right? Anyway, it's not going into production. Alright, so let's just add a little bit of margin to here, to the bottom of this. So let's go back over here. What do I want? I guess we probably do an MB-3 class on the bottom of the this here. Change this to a 3 and let's see what this looks like. It's pretty gosh darn similar, I do have to say. Now this one probably could go up in size a little bit. Maybe I don't know what the default sizing is. What's the default sizing for an H4? Okay then. So let's do this. Let's go to let's add the subtitle class. See what it looks like. See how badly it breaks. Okay. That's a little too big. So let's just add a subclass. Let's go. So font. Whoops. Let's back over here. We'll add a subclass. Oops. Dot sub. And then we'll do font size of 1.5 rams. See how that looks. That looks pretty gosh darn similar. Let's try 1.3 rem. See how that looks. Whoops. That looks pretty similar, I have to say. It's not pixel perfect, but it's pretty gosh darn close. I like this a lot more than the last one. I really do. Alright. So, I'm going to call that a win. The only thing left is the footer. So like last time, I'm going to fill out the footer, and I'm going to pause the recording so you don't have to suffer with that. Alright, so I've got the everything added down here. Now we are going to go back to the code. This is the code. We're going to add d-flex. We're going to align items center, and we're going to justify content center. Alright. Check that out. Looks very good. Looks very good. Why is it not aligning? What have I broke? Let's move that out of the way. Footer. Nope. Not what I wanted. Okay. I want to add padding basically around all of them. So we are going to go back here. We're going to do this. I'm going to do P-2. Okay, that means we're going to add padding all around it all. And we're going to do a P-2 class, and we'll play around with this. Yep. Padding 15 pixels. So let's see, that's like. Wait, what actually happened here? There we go. Maybe 15 pixels is a little too much. So let's do 10 pixels. I'm going to add just to fix this issue. Background color of black. There we go. And that looks pretty good. That looks halfway decent. Still maybe a little bit too much. Maybe it's a little too much on the right and left. So let's do let's do 7 pixels. That's a little better. And then I'll add a little bit of padding to the top as well on each of them. So I'll add a PT1 class. And that'll be 7 pixels on top of padding. 7 pixels. And I need to add that class to PT-1. Oops. I would hope if I spelled padding right. Still nothing? Let's see here. See, it's adding padding all around. Why is not adding padding at the top? Kind of weird. PT-1. What am I messing up here? On something simple. Dot PT-1. Okay. Oh. Padding top. Yep. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. So maybe I had a. Why is it not? It's still not. What? Okay. Instead of padding, let's add margin. Sounds about right? T-1. Margin. Top. 7 pixels. Alright. MT-1. There we go. And let's make that 10 pixels. Looks about right. Looks good to me. Okay. Okay. Slightly off, just like everything in this project, but it's pretty gosh darn close. Alright. So I also need to remove the. So let's go here to the bottom. Do a ftr-link, and we'll make the color of whatever color the text muted is. Why? Wait. That's my question. Why? I've got the text muted class on it. It's probably got something to do with priority. Text muted is probably above, or probably above where the A tag is. Yeah. So let's just copy that. I'm gonna need to add more to it anyway, so oops, that. And then text decoration none. And let's see how this looks now. It's not added to any. ftr-link. And I'm actually going to remove this one here. It's not actually a link. But it's still got the blue color. I think I ran into this the last time. I think I did the exact same thing the last time. And did I just remove that? There we go. That's what I'm looking for, because that's looking fancy now. Let's add a little bit more transparency to those, and maybe make the font a little bit smaller. So 555 that. Yeah, that looks better. Looks a lot better. Make the font a little bit smaller. Font size 0.9. Just make the font size. Whoa. 0.9 rem. There we go. That looks a lot better. I think that looks so much better than. Actually, should just add the ftr-link class to this. There we go. And now it's better. Which one's the real one? Can't tell. Alright. Next we're going to work on the mobile. So that should be much easier. Hopefully this time around. So let's get into that next. Alright, so let's see here. I think I want to set
let's see here. Let's see here. I want to set. I want to set a minimum width, because I don't think I have a minimum. I have a max width of 335. And a minimum height set, but I don't have a minimum width set. So let's set a minimum width on, what is it? It's this one right here. So it'd be the login container. Login container. I have a max width of 335, and let's try this. Min width of 100 pixels. Let's see if that works. Let's see how that looks. Whoops. Let's set that at 450, and then let's set that at 350. So I've got a max width of 450 and a min width of 350. Let's see how that works here. Okay, so we definitely made the buttons definitely got bigger, but it's not. No. Max width of 35. And alright, well that should be fine, because we'll set the breakpoint for the media breakpoint for whenever it splits at 1024. So nope. So minimum width. So I want to set, let's see, looks like, I want to set this container here. I want to, because I want to put the login stuff on top and then this container underneath. So let's see. Yeah, so in that flex container, I would want to set a row reverse, a direction of column. Alright, so let's select what is it? What's the section again? I completely didn't even grab that. I don't have a class set on that section. It's a class that I can use actually. So let's jump over here. We'll add a login main section. And again, I am doing fantastic at my naming, let me tell you. We'll select that, and at the 1024 breakpoint, I want it's already display of flex, so what do we want? Flex direction column reverse, right? So if I jump over here, that's min width, not max width. Oops. Save that. Let's go back over here and we refresh. Alright, we're back to normal. And then at 1024, there we go. Okay, so now with this, at the breakpoint, I also want to make the, let's see, so it's already got a width of 100%. The section does. Let's see what happens when I make the logo container. So it would be the logo container would be this right here. So we'll grab the logo container, and at the breakpoint we will set that as display of block. Let's see what that does. Wait, what is the width? Is the width of that container? Okay, so instead of that, let's do this. Let's do, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's do this. Width 100%. And let's see what happens now. Now, logo container. Do I need to set a height of auto? Okay, so it's still not spanning the whole width. That's probably because, wait a minute. Okay, so it's still taking that width of, it's still taking that on that here. One here, it's still taking that width of 60%. Right? Max way, there we go. Okay, yeah. So I want to set the max width on it as 100%. So let's do that. Max width 100%. Let's see, there we go. Okay, perfect. And I want to do the same for this container here. I want to set the width to 100%, unless it's already set. I don't know. Just like this. Max width of 335, and then it falls back on 40%. Okay. Actually, I might not need to do that. Let's see here. No, I don't think I really need to do that, truthfully. I mean, yeah, so those continue to shrink with the size of the container. So let's see here. Oops. So let's see. All right, let's grab the login container. Max width of 100%. Let's play around with that, see what we get there. Okay, so we've got so I could set let's see here, let's do this. Let's do some margin on the right, wait, no. Let's do some margin on the left. Margin left. I'm gonna do 50 pixels. Alright, see how that looks. Okay, let's push it over some. Let's actually change that to 100. There we go. Okay, now I want to add some margin on the right as well. So margin right we'll set as 30%. See how that looks, if that does anything. There we go. Let's see, it still stretches and comes back. Why? I know that's because of Flexbox. So counteract that, we've got a width of what, 335 pixels. So I could set a minimum width on the buttons themselves. So yeah, with the let's go back over here to the buttons themselves. Login button. Or wait, no. I know there's so much more to do on this page. Min width 335 px. Sure, why not? Copy that to there, and we'll set on so we'll set a min width of 335 pixels wide. Go. Okay. And we'll set a max width of 335 pixels as well. So that way it doesn't, they don't grow or expand. But then this one does. Oh, man. I guess I will add that class to just about everything. So it would be on, so we put it on the terms thing, and then set it on here, and also on here. Okay. So that button also needs it. Alright, and then so we've got that, and then on the sign in button, the sign in button, this class here, or let's see, what could I just add it to that container? Yeah, I'll just add it to that container. That container. So that would be we'll set on here the, I don't know, main login btn container. Sure, why not? Naming is great. Margin bottom 50 pixels. Let's set that. See how that looks. There we go. A little bit of space in there. Perfect. Now I want to set another breakpoint at about 600. So media max width of 600 pixels. And then on the whole first container. So what container is that? Whoops. Let's do this. This whole container here. So that would be the login container, right? Yeah. The login container. Login container. We'll remove margin. 0. See what happens there. Alright. And then also want to so we'll revert the margin back to 0. Alright, and then we'll add margin left 50 pixels, and then we won't have any margin on the right. So yeah, we'll add the 50 pixels of margin on the left. There we go. And then I want to allow that actually, let's just do transform scale 0.8. Let's see what that does. Play around with that. And it just scales it down. And maybe we don't do it that dramatically. 8.9 or 0.9. So at 600, yeah, there we go. That kind of works. And I also want to allow this here to now break. So what was that class that I had set? White space no wrap. So it was on the title container. Oops. Title container, white space. What is it? What's the? Is it wrap? I'm assuming so. No, it's not wrap. Let's see. CSS white space property. Whoops, come on. Normal, no wrap, pre, okay. Break spaces. I don't like this break spaces. Let's just do normal. Alright, so we'll set it to white space normal. So let's back over here and set normal. Alright, and we'll go back over here and we will refresh. And it's still not wrapping. Why is it still not? I did refresh you. Oh, and I also set it on the title. Okay. So title, white space, normal. Oops. Alright, let's go back over here and refresh. Now it's wrapping. Alright, and then at the 450 mark, I just I want to scale the margin down a little bit more. So maybe margin 15 pixels on that. So let's do max width of 450 pixels. The login container we'll select and we'll set margin left to 15 pixels. Alright, and let's see that happen. See, I don't like that. Nah, I don't like that. Maybe at 500 instead. Let's change that to 500 pixels. So at 500, remove some margin, and then anything under 400 pixels wide, I don't know what to say really. I guess we'll just remove all of the margin and max width of 400 pixels. Login container, margin 0. Remove all of the margin, not all of it, get rid of it all, and I don't really know what to say with anything smaller than that. So yeah, that looks pretty good, I have to say. It's not terrible. It's much, much better than the last piece of crap that I made. Okay, yeah, let's... Yeah, I am much happier with that. Um, we still have a long way to go. We still have a lot to do. But this is good. This is a good. This is a good starting point for this clone of Twitter. So, um, yeah, if you have enjoyed, please slap a like on the video. Consider hitting the subscribe button because I'm planning on making plenty more of these. Um, so, yeah, if you want, have a great and fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for watching.